Welcome to Final Bow. I'm Kenneth. Today, we pause to honor those remarkable souls who took their final bow, leaving behind memories that still live within us. Through their passion and dedication, they touched countless hearts. As we remember them, we celebrate their journey and the lasting impact they made on the world. Robert Duvall, born on January 5, 1931, grew up with a quiet determination that later defined his acting style. He began his journey in theater and small roles, including a silent appearance in To Kill a Mockingbird. Those early steps may have been small, but they marked the start of something lasting. Rise in film. Over the years, Duvall built an extraordinary career with more than 80 films and 7 Academy Award nominations, winning Best Actor in 1984. Rather than chasing attention, he focused on truth and performance. His role in Apocalypse Now delivered the unforgettable line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning," which became part of film history. Friendships and career path. During his early days in New York, he shared struggles and dreams with fellow actors like Gene Hackman and Dustin Hoffman. Despite achieving fame later, he remained grounded, never fully embracing the typical celebrity lifestyle. Life beyond acting. Away from Hollywood, Duvall enjoyed simpler passions, especially tango dancing, which even inspired his film Assassination Tango. He later shared this love of life with his wife Luciana, marrying her in 2005, and spent peaceful years on his Virginia ranch. Legacy: Robert Duvall passed away at 94, leaving behind a career built on honesty and depth. More than awards or fame, he will be remembered for bringing real humanity to every role he played. The television world has lost a comforting and recognizable presence with the passing of Mel Schilling at the age of 53 after complications related to cancer. For many viewers, she was more than a dating expert on Married at First Sight. She became a calm and thoughtful guide through emotionally complex journeys. Her presence on screen often brought a sense of balance, especially in moments filled with uncertainty and vulnerability. Guidance, empathy, and connection. Over more than a decade, she worked closely with participants who were taking one of the boldest steps in their lives, marrying a stranger. What set her apart was not just her professional expertise, but her ability to listen without judgment and respond with genuine care. She had a natural way of making people feel acknowledged, often helping them find clarity in situations that felt overwhelming or emotionally charged. A lasting impression. Off camera, colleagues and fans consistently spoke about her warmth and kindness, qualities that felt just as strong as her on-screen professionalism. Her smile and supportive presence created a sense of ease for those around her. She leaves behind a legacy defined not only by her role in television, but also by the compassion and humanity she brought to every interaction. 15 years ago, the world marked the passing of Farley Granger at the age of 85. Known for his calm screen presence and subtle, emotional depth, he built a career that valued restraint over spectacle. His work continues to be remembered for its quiet strength and the ease with which he brought ordinary characters into extraordinary situations. He is still widely appreciated today. Hitchcock years. He became closely associated with Alfred Hitchcock's unforgettable thrillers, including Strangers on a Train and Rope. In these films, Granger portrayed characters caught in moral tension and suspenseful circumstances, delivering performances that were understated yet gripping. His ability to express fear, confusion, and vulnerability without excess made him stand out in an era of bold cinematic storytelling. His style remains influential, a lasting impression. Beyond his most famous roles, Granger's work is remembered for its simplicity and emotional honesty. He had a way of making quiet moments feel meaningful, allowing audiences to connect with the humanity of his characters. Even years after his passing, his performances remain part of classic cinema, reflecting a timeless approach to storytelling that still resonates today. His legacy continues to inspire appreciation for subtle acting and carefully crafted storytelling in modern cinema. Donald Douglas was born on the 7th of March 1933 in Falkirk, Scotland, and showed an early interest in creative arts. He pursued his passion seriously, studying at respected institutions including the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, Edinburgh College of Art, and the University of Edinburgh. His time at Falkirk High School also played a role in shaping his discipline and curiosity. This strong educational foundation helped him develop a thoughtful and grounded approach to acting that stayed with him throughout his life. Acting career. Douglas built a long and steady career in film and television, becoming known for his reliable presence in a wide range of roles. He often played supporting characters, but brought a natural depth and authenticity that made his performances memorable. Rather than seeking fame, he focused on the craft itself, earning quiet respect within the industry. Colleagues valued his professionalism and consistency, and he contributed meaningfully to many productions over the years. Legacy and remembrance. Donald Douglas passed away at the age of 92, leaving behind a body of work that reflects dedication and passion for storytelling. While he was not always in the spotlight, his performances enriched the projects he was part of. He is remembered as a committed actor whose steady contributions helped shape British film and television in a lasting way. Julia Roberts has long stood as one of Hollywood's most recognizable faces, admired not only for her performances, but for the sense of warmth she brings to the screen. From the moment she captured global attention, she was placed into a category few can comfortably occupy, an enduring symbol of charm, grace, and emotional authenticity. Films like Pretty Woman and My Best Friend's Wedding did more than succeed commercially. They shaped how audiences expected her to exist, both on and off screen. Over time, that admiration hardened into expectation. She was no longer simply performing roles, she was preserving an image. While the world celebrated her as America's sweetheart, that identity left little room for change, vulnerability, or imperfection, creating a quiet pressure that followed her through every stage of her career. A childhood marked by instability. Long before fame, Julia's early life unfolded in Smyrna, Georgia, within a family that valued creativity but struggled with stability. Her parents, both actors, believed in equality and even ran an acting school that welcomed children across racial lines, an uncommon stance at the time. Despite those strong values, the household faced financial strain and emotional tension. When her parents separated, the sense of security she once knew began to fade. Her father's absence left a lasting impression, teaching her early that stability can disappear without warning. As the family adjusted to new dynamics, including a remarriage, the environment grew unpredictable. Arguments replaced calm, and frequent moves made it difficult to settle. These early experiences quietly shaped her awareness, teaching her to observe, adapt, and endure situations beyond her control. Finding a voice through performance. As a child, Julia struggled with a stutter that made speaking feel intimidating and exposed. In classrooms, she often appeared withdrawn, hesitant to express herself. Yet within that silence, something important began to take shape. Acting became more than a hobby. It became a refuge. On stage, she could step outside her own limitations and explore emotions freely, without fear of judgment. Through performance, she slowly regained confidence in her voice. This transformation was not immediate, but it was steady. Each role gave her a little more control, a little more clarity. While others might have seen a quiet child, acting revealed a growing resilience. It offered her a structured way to process feelings she couldn't yet articulate, laying the groundwork for the emotional depth that would later define her performances. Loss that reshaped her world. The loss of her father at a young age marked one of the most defining moments of Julia's life. His death created a silence that was deeply felt, changing the rhythm of daily life in ways that lingered for years. Before he passed, he recorded bedtime stories for her, a simple act that became a lasting source of comfort. Listening to those recordings allowed her to hold on to a sense of connection, even as grief settled in. This experience introduced her to the complexity of love and loss at an early age. It also deepened her emotional understanding, something that would later resonate through her work. Rather than closing her off, the loss expanded her ability to feel and express, giving her performances a sincerity that audiences would come to recognize and trust. The struggles of starting out. At 17, Julia moved to New York City with limited resources and a determination to build a future. Life there was far from glamorous. She faced financial hardship, shared cramped living spaces, and navigated constant rejection. Auditions came and went with little success, and each day demanded persistence. Small opportunities like a commercial appearance offered brief progress, but no guarantees. Still, she continued showing up. What defined this period was not confidence, but discipline. She learned to keep going regardless of outcome, to separate effort from immediate reward. These years shaped her work ethic and resilience, reinforcing the idea that progress often comes quietly, through repetition and endurance rather than sudden breakthroughs. Breakthrough and global recognition. Her breakthrough came with Pretty Woman, a film that transformed her career almost overnight. Opposite Richard Gere, Julia delivered a performance that felt both natural and captivating. The film's success was extraordinary, turning her into a global star and redefining the romantic comedy genre. Yet, behind that success was a shift that few could fully understand. Fame arrived quickly, bringing admiration but also scrutiny. Every choice, professional and personal, became subject to public attention. While the film opened doors, it also introduced a new set of expectations. Julia was no longer simply an actress building her career. She had become a symbol, one that audiences felt personally connected to and invested in, navigating fame and personal challenges. As her career expanded, so did the challenges that came with visibility. Relationships became difficult to maintain under constant media attention, and private moments often turned into public narratives. Films like Notting Hill and Runaway Bride reinforced her status as a leading actress, but they also deepened the expectations surrounding her image. Off-screen, she faced emotional strain, navigating both professional demands and personal uncertainties. Fame, while rewarding, proved to be complex, offering opportunities while quietly narrowing the space for privacy. Through it all, Julia continued working, relying on the discipline she had built early in life to stay grounded amid the noise. A career defined by range and growth. Rather than remaining within one type of role, Julia gradually expanded her range. Her performance in Erin Brockovich marked a turning point, showcasing her ability to portray strength, determination, and vulnerability without relying on charm alone. The role earned her an Academy Award and established her as one of the most respected actresses in the industry. It also demonstrated her willingness to take risks and move beyond expectations. This phase of her career reflected growth, not just in skill, but in confidence. She was no longer defined solely by public perception, but by the choices she made as an artist, choosing substance over repetition, seeking stability beyond the spotlight. As the years passed, Julia began to shift her focus toward a more balanced life. Her relationship with Daniel Motter brought a sense of stability that had often been missing. Their marriage, held privately in New Mexico, reflected a deliberate move away from spectacle. Together, they built a family life centered on routine and privacy, raising their children away from constant public attention. This period marked a recalibration of priorities. While she continued to work, her approach became more selective, choosing projects that aligned with her values rather than external expectations. It was a quieter phase, but one rooted in intention and clarity, living with both joy and loss. Even within a more grounded life, Julia experienced moments of loss and personal difficulty. Family relationships shifted over time, and grief remained a part of her journey. Rather than addressing these experiences publicly, she often chose to process them privately, maintaining boundaries between her personal life and public image. This approach reflected a deeper understanding of balance, recognizing that both joy and sorrow can coexist. Her ability to carry both without dramatizing them became a defining strength. It allowed her to remain present, engaged, and emotionally open. even when facing challenges that could have easily led to withdrawal. A legacy built on resilience. Today, Julia Roberts stands not just as a successful actress, but as someone who has navigated decades of change with consistency and care. Her journey reflects more than fame. It reflects resilience, adaptability, and a commitment to authenticity. She has learned to set boundaries, protect her time, and define success on her own terms. While the world continues to celebrate her achievements, what endures most is her ability to remain grounded. Her story is not simply about reaching the top, but about sustaining a life beyond it, one shaped by thoughtful choices, meaningful relationships, and the quiet strength to evolve without losing herself.